You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts.
All right, Black and White Sports supporters. Well, a slightly different kind of video, but anytime I get the chance to call out anybody being completely loony when it comes to the WNBA, I'm going to do it, especially when it is possibly the most woke entity in the history of sports. You may be like, Colin Kaepernick? No. Woker than that. Megan Rapinoe. That's right. Formerly Sue Bird's girlfriend, boyfriend, friend, husband, wife. I don't know, and I don't care. And I find it kind of disturbing that these people actually do care. And honestly, it's everything wrong with this league. The WNBA has experienced unbelievable growth with the emergence of Caitlin Clark coming into this league. And what it did was finally bring in your regular sports fan. Your NFL fan, your college football fan, your MLB fan, your UFC fan, your fan of other sports. It finally crossed over. Do you know how many NBA fans I actually see dogging out the WNBA? They can't even, a lot of those guys can't even watch it. They finally crossed over. And they got a superstar, big enough to draw your attention. But what you find out when you start watching this league is, oh my God, it's full of radicals. Not only in the league playing, but in the media. You know what they aren't? Not radical enough. According to Megan Rapinoe, they are not queer enough. Because it seems that the traditional WNBA media needs to be replaced. Yeah, they need to be replaced with regular sports media. I mean, look, WNBA media is the worst I've ever seen. But part of that is because they embrace things that have nothing to do with sports, and Megan Rapinoe wants that to get what? Worse. Even worse. Make it gayer. What's the Kathleen Kennedy meme from South Park? Put a chick in it, make it lame, and make it gay. Wow. Here we go. It's always about identity politics for Megan Rapinoe. She's true to her craft. Sue Bird said, literally said, this too gay for me. I got to get the hell out. What? Flying solo on the latest episode of a Touch More podcast, the show she formerly co-hosted with ex-girlfriend Sue Bird. I thought it was her wife or whatever they were. Okay, I don't know. Rapinoe, and look, if they were boyfriend, there we go, see? If they were whatever they were and weren't married, I don't care. Rhodes, you got that wrong. Don't care. Rapinoe attacked WNBA media members as out of touch and inherently sexist, racist, and misogynistic. That was in response to the question recently presented to Azzi Fudd, who was taken number 1 overall in the WNBA draft, when asked about her dating status. Fudd is in a relationship with Dallas Wings teammate Paige Bueckers. Rapinoe said she didn't have a problem with Kevin Sherrington, a white columnist from the Dallas Morning News, asking Fudd about the relationship, but at the same time, she called on diversity, equity, and inclusion, DEI, to be used to rebuild the WNBA media corps. I'm dead. Quote, I do think we are watching legacy or establishment media come in and sort of like do business as usual, and it just feels like it needs more understanding and nuance. It was a valid question because in other sports, you do not have to worry or concern yourself with teammates bleeping each other. And if there is a problem and drama because they are bleeping each other, it can blow your whole team up. That's why the question gets asked. That's why the question is relevant. If there is drama, it can fry the entire team and the locker room, and you pissed away an asset. Megan Rapinoe said of WNBA reporters who are covering the league like it's the NBA. Quote, it's like not quite hitting. I think everybody who's been in the sport a long time just sort of has that feeling of like, I get why you're doing that. You do that with men's sports, but it's not like really quite hitting here. What's the solution? Replace traditional media with woke media. Aren't they already woke? Can you imagine WNBA media getting more woke than they are now? It makes the media, they look like clowns. The WNBA media covering the league right now look like clowns like it is. I watched Ben Daniels' video and the CDS that you got media members arguing because they don't understand the contracts that were given to Leah Boston and Asia Wilson. They don't even know how contracts works in sports. They don't even know how it works. Quote, how do we collectively protect and craft? Okay, that's my first problem. I had somebody tell me on Twitter a while back, well, this is women and you have to approach it differently. No, I won't, and I will not. I won't. That's called bias. I'm not doing that. It is not going to be handled any differently if I'm talking about the NFL or if I'm talking about the WNBA. I'm not handling it a bit differently. Quote, how do we collectively protect and craft the future of this space? Oh, these buzzwords. Safe space. As people who care about what the WNBA has built, enjoy the culture that it brings. Because let's be honest, the reason why the WNBA is out front in culture is because how it is rooted in black and queer culture and around equality for women and progress in all of those realms. Okay, you're a hypocrite. You literally want men in women's sports. You have been out there advocating, including just recently, for a dude to put a wig on and go out on court and start dunking on girls. So I don't want to hear you're advocating for women. You can shut your hypocritical ass up right now. Quote, how do we contribute to an ecosystem that can sustain player authenticity? It's got to be absolutely exhausting to make sure when you talk, you hit all these specific points. Now listen to this. The 40-year-old retired soccer player, by the way, conveniently wants men in sports after she leaves her sport. I ain't got to play against them. Is calling on the WNBA to bring in PR teams, managers, and agents, quote, media members that can understand queer culture and that have an imagination around how to give these players media platforms that work for them. Listen, WNBA, if you ever want to be considered a sustainable, viable, continuous, serious sport, you will quit giving a shit about who people sleep with. You will quit giving a damn. And you will quit promoting it and propping it up like these people are heroes for who they decide to sleep with. That does not make you a hero in society. I'm sorry. And I understand I will lose subscribers over this. I don't know why. God, Megan Rapinoe. Jeez. What? Guys, tell me in the comment section what you think. This is Megan Rapinoe is everything in and around the WNBA. She is the walking, talking example of everything wrong with this league and why so many people do not take it seriously. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.